profile of district Islamabad?
So Islamabad is considered to be one of the best planned cities of Pakistan because it has a perfect master plan. It is known for its uh, pollutionless environment and a best possible planning which was done.
Any administrative structure? Now, capital Islamabad is a Islamabad capital territory.
Yes, sir.
Is it part of Punjab or what do you think?
So in certain cases, it is considered to be a part of Punjab. Otherwise, it's a federal area, and it is
Such as for you as a competitioner, as an aspirant for the civil service exam, is it part of the Punjab?
yes, sir. It is considered to be a part of Punjab in terms of civil services examinations, but otherwise, it is a separate territory which is controlled by the center.
Your domicile will be considered from Punjab then?
Yes,
Sure.
yes, sir.
It is not federal administered territory.
Sir, in case of domicile for CSS, it would be considered a part of Punjab.
Okay, you are competing with the people of Punjab.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think the construction activity, how it helps the economy?
So construction and infrastructure basically proves to be a booster for economy. For example, if we see in Islamabad, Islamabad has a good infrastructure, and if we compare it with other metropolitans like Lahore and Karachi, they also have a good infrastructure, and they prove to be major hubs of economy of Pakistan. So the construction and infrastructure has a major role to play in economy and development of a country.
Nouman, you think that you are the advisor to the Prime Minister. Keeping in view the current political scenario and the economic scenario of the country, you have to advise to the Prime Minister. What you are going to advise him on the political front and the economic front?
Sir, first I would like to elaborate some economic fronts. I would advise to to take steps to broaden the tax base of our country because currently only less than 1% of the people of Pakistan are filing their tax returns. So that's a very low percentage. So Pakistan needs to improve that. Furthermore, I would advise to increase the proportion of value-added exports of our country because our current balance of trade is in negative. We are hugely reliant on our imports, and to balance that trade deficit, we are utilizing the remittances which we receive from abroad. Furthermore, sir, I would, in terms of administrative and political issues, I would like to suggest that the political parties of Pakistan need to have more democracy in themselves, more intra-party democracy, and the leaders of the political parties should also need to incorporate true sense of democracy in their political parties. Furthermore, sir, I would like to suggest that the local government structure should be improved. The 18th Amendment of Pakistan has devised a proper strategy to transfer powers from the center to the provinces, but the transfer of powers from the provinces to the local government is not protected constitutionally, and therefore it is a major hurdle in the progress.
Yes, what you are going to advise him?
Yes, sir.
What do you think this government for the last 3 years, they have not gone for the local government election? What is their take on it?
So basically, these procedures have been delayed, and the Supreme Court has also issued some notices with regards to this. And now the local governments are being handed over powers as of now. But this procedure is being delayed, and it is a part of history of Pakistan that every central government that comes into power, it is a habit of them that the procedure for local government is delayed. Because the provinces are not really ready to transfer the powers easily to the local governments.
Nouman, how do you see this Afghanistan crisis? Now, the Taliban government is there, and still we are not getting any positive feedback there. They are completely in control of the situation, or they will be able to manage it. We are getting mixed signal. What are your views?
So the takeover of Taliban in Afghanistan was a bit quick than expected. And the current situation in Afghanistan is like that Afghanistan is facing a huge humanitarian crisis. They are short of food and every necessity. And therefore, there is a huge expected influx of refugees from Afghanistan to Pakistan, which we have experienced earlier too. And moreover, sir, the international community is not ready to accept Taliban's assumption of power, and they are not ready to give them a representation of a political entity who has come into power. So that's a major issue on international level. Furthermore, the assets of Afghanistan have also been freezed on international level. They are not receiving any aid from the developed countries too right now, as of now. And furthermore, Pakistan is also receiving a mixed response, because the situation there is not much stable right now. And there is a chance of civil war once again, because there are some other groups which are trying to assume power. Like we have experienced that in Afghanistan, that the extremist or banned militant organizations have been trying to attack on mosques, and therefore the situation is not that stable right now. Furthermore, the Taliban don't have that much of experience in terms of assuming power, because earlier too they were ousted by the USA when they came to power.
Thank you very much. Please.
Recently, some reforms have been introduced in the to improve the working of the civil services in Pakistan. What are those reforms?
Sir, I believe you are asking about those reforms which have been proposed by Ishrat Hussain.
Yes.
Sir, they include that the perks and privileges of the bureaucrats need to be improved, and the accountability structure also needs to be improved. It is suggested in those reforms. Furthermore, it has been suggested that the civil service needs to be more specialized. For example, if somebody is opting for police, he needs to study and give the exams of those subjects which are related to police, for example, criminology, etc.
And
So I'm aware of only these. I don't remember the rest.
how do you explain plea bargain as a tool of accountability of those who were involved in corruption?
So plea bargain is basically a tool to negotiate between the National Accountability Bureau and those who are accused of corruption. It is a methodology in which the accused can escape imprisonment, and in a way that they can give a fine for the crime which they have committed. So basically, it has proven for the NAB. It has been proven to be a quick tool to finalize the cases, to complete the cases and bring them to a conclusion. And in that case, it helps the nation that some amount of recovery is being done for against the corruption cases. Earlier, it happened that the cases were too long, and it has been proven to be a shorter method of solving the cases.
What are your views? What do you personally think about it? Is it good for the accountability? Is it the right way of holding people accountable? Take money from them and give them and release them. They go back to their jobs, and then you see they are not convicted. Convicted in the sense they are not sent to jail. Do you think it is the right course?
So I believe that in most of the cases, it is not the right way. The accountability process needs to be in such a way that a rigorous punishment should be given to those who are involved in corruption. But in certain cases, it proves to be a methodology to achieve a middle ground. And in Pakistan, as the corruption cases are they are the white collar crimes. Basically, they are in such a huge amount that this needs to be the need of the hour for NAB to do that.
Okay, that's fine. You recover money from them as much as is possible, but also send them to jail. Give them lesser punishment.
Yes.
If it is 15 years, you give punishment to them for 8 years or 7 years, 4 or 5 years at least. They should have the taste of the jail also.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's very easy. It will be very easy. 10 crore बनाओ जी और 5 crore वापस करो और you will be free.
Yes, sir, you are right.
You play cricket?
Sir, I used to play a few years ago in my college level.
The regime of cricket, national cricket, the way it was used to be played, has been changed from departmental cricket to regional cricket. Now it is being played on regional basis, not on departmental basis. How do you view this?
Sir, I am sorry, sir, I don't have any fair knowledge of that particular thing. I'm not aware of it.
PSP is your choice. What do you know about PPO, police order? 2002?
The Police Order 2002 was basically a framework in which the separation of some powers of the administrative service were given to the police, and law and order was made a subject of which was being totally handled by the police. Furthermore, there was a hierarchy which was given in this police order, and the procedures for FIR and the challan and all these procedures of police were explained in this police order.
You're totally off the track. You should please go and have a look at the PPO. There are a number of measures you see proposed in that, which will improve the working of the police force.
Okay, sir, I'll read about it, sir.
Some institutions have been proposed, like the National Public Safety Commission, the Provincial Public Safety Commission, to protect the police from outside interference, from being politicized, to improve their efficiency, to make them more independent and transparent in their working.
Okay, so I'll read about it.
What is gender equality?
The gender equality is basically a phenomenon which expresses that the women as well as men and as well as other genders should be given equal social, political, and economic rights. They should be given equal opportunities to achieve their goals in their political, economic, and social affairs.
And gender parity?
Sir, I think they both are similar in terms of their definition.
There is difference.
Sir, I believe, if you allow me to guess, sir, I believe it is achieving the same percentage of representation for every gender with regards to their population. For example, in politics, if the total population of women is 50% and men is 50%, they should be given equal representation.
To an extent, yes.
Nouman, your third option is foreign service.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you want to go into foreign service?
So foreign services is basically provides me an opportunity to have a diverse experience in different parts of the world and becoming a representative of the country and experiencing different cultures and different dimensions of the world. That's why.
Your favorite book is The Kite Runner.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a bestseller of its time.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think it was a bestseller? What made it special?
Ma'am, I believe that this book is a complete representation of Afghan culture, and the writing style of Khalid Hosseini was quite impressive. When I was reading that book, I never lost my interest in that thing. And it basically, in every chapter, he was trying to build a climax, and so that the reader is convinced to read the chapter right after that. The next chapter right after that, and it represented Afghan culture in a best possible way. It was a representation of a complete history. It also represented a class difference between which is among our society. So that's why there are a few quotations in which a few statements of that book that I remember. For example, Khalid Hosseini mentioned that it is always difficult to achieve and lose rather than losing it in the first place. So there were other few sentences that were quite impressive in that book too.
And Nouman, what do you think is happening in Afghanistan now? How much of that culture is there? And do you have any hope for the future of Afghanistan?
Yes, ma'am, I do have positive hope for the future of Afghanistan, but that is subjected to the behavior of international community as well as the government of Taliban. The international community needs to accept the political environment and the assuming of power of Taliban in that place. And furthermore, they need to unfreeze all the assets of Afghanistan, and they need to provide humanitarian aid. If the people in Afghanistan are able to sustain and some amount of humanitarian aid is given to them, then I believe that Afghan culture will be revived. And furthermore, the Taliban need to show some flexibility on this issue, that they need to adopt to the new policies of the government. For example, they need to take steps to reduce the violence based on sectarianism which is prevalent in Afghanistan, and they need to focus on cultural diversity as well as providing equal rights to men and women in that society. So in that way, Afghanistan has a positive future if these steps are taken.
And do you know anything about FATF? And why do you think Pakistan continues to stay in the grey list?
Ma'am, FATF is Financial Action Task Force, and Pakistan was put in the grey list of it in 2018. In 2018, FATF gave a target of total 27 points to Pakistan, and as of the recent meeting in 2021, it was stated that Pakistan was compliant, largely compliant or fully compliant on 26 out of 27 of those targets. And furthermore, there was a list of targets of 34 targets which was given in 2021, and it was stated that Pakistan is compliant on 30 of those 34 targets. So Pakistan has shown a lot of improvement in terms of taking steps with regards to removing themselves from the grey list. But there's also a political aspect of that FATF's inclusion of Pakistan in grey list, because the international community, the international lobbying of USA and India especially against Pakistan in FATF has kept Pakistan in the grey list too. Pakistan has taken a lot of steps, but the current reservations of FATF with regards to that is that Pakistan needs to prosecute 4,000 pending cases which are prevalent in Pakistan against those who have been involved in terror financing. And also there is a list of United Nations which involves those people who have been related to those terrorist activities, and FATF demands that Pakistan needs to take proper action on those people, and Pakistan also needs to freeze the assets and confiscate the assets of those people.
Thank you very much, Nouman.
Okay, well, Nouman, what is mercantilism, and why this mercantilism become a reason behind the American Revolution or the Declaration of Independence?
So mercantilism was a policy which was introduced by the British in United States, and it was under this policy a certain number of acts were introduced, like the Stamp Act, the Iron Act, the Hat Act, the Woolen Act. And in these policies, it was done by the British government that the raw material which was being produced in the United States of America, that would be taken to the Britain. It would be converted into a finished product, and that would be again sold to the people of United States of America. So basically, it was something that the resources were taken from the USA and they were again being sold to the USA. So after the Stamp Act, basically the people of USA realized that they had helped Britain in war against France, and still they were expecting some leverage from the British government, that they would be given some amount of self-government policies or something like that. But that did not happen, and more coercive measures were introduced by the British government, like the Stamp Act, and therefore the people of USA, they started their struggle for independence after that.
Okay, how John Locke's political philosophy contributed towards the making of US Constitution?
Sir, John Locke gave his concept of social contract, in which he stated that the social contract between the people, the local people, and the government involves that the government needs to protect the liberty, life, and property of every individual. So these concepts, this concept was made a preamble of basically the US Constitution, which was formed later.
Okay, well, Nouman, in 1919, Montagu challenged food reforms. British government in India did not fulfill the desired self-rule demand of Indians. Instead of that, they introduced diarchy system. What was that diarchy system?
The system of diarchy was introduced in 1919 reforms, and under this system, there was two separate lists were made. The first one was reserved subjects and transferred subjects. The reserved subjects were kept with the central government of the British. These subjects included some important ones like foreign affairs, defense, communication, and all those things. And there was a second list of transferred subjects which were given to the provinces. And furthermore, the transfer subjects were introduced in such a way that some amount of control was with the central government, and the provinces were not completely autonomous in that thing too.
Okay, my last question is bicameral legislature. Bicameral legislatures, there are two houses. Basically, this was the idea given by the John Locke. Why? एक हाउस जो है 1956 के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में हमने प्रिंसिपल ऑफ पैरिटी के तहत बराबर बराबर बैलेंस कर दिया, तो इक्वलिटी बैलेंस भी हो गई रिप्रेजेंटेशन, ये बाई कैमरल लेजिस्लेचर की जरूरत क्यों पड़ती है?
सर बाइकैमरल लेजिस्लेचर की जरूरत इस वजह से पड़ी थी. जॉन लॉक बेसिकली स्टेटेड दैट the concept of devolution, the concept of separation of powers should be in such a way कि जो upper house है it should be based on the states, यानी equal representation of states should be given in the upper house, and in the lower house the representation should be based on the population. So in that way any particular state which doesn't have enough of population or which is less in population, that particular state's rights are protected.
Okay, thank you.
थैंक यू, लेट्स कंक्लूड इट. ठीक है,
Okay sir.
अब आप खुद बताओ क्या, हाउ यू हैव परफॉर्म. अब गपशप है, वी कैन
Sir, I believe there are some things that need to be improved,
सच एज
such as sir, about police order. I need to read about that, or sir, administrative issues and political issues. I need to read about that.
ठीक है. गुड न्यूज इज नमान के माशाल्लाह यू आर वेरी इंटेलिजेंट, योर कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स जो है ना बड़े साउंड है, वॉइस इम्पैक्ट भी ठीक है ना. यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट बिकॉज योर नॉलेज बेस इज वेरी गुड. पर्सनैलिटी तुम्हारी लगतों से छोटे हो लेकिन है बड़ी भारी. So you are soft spoken and you are clarity, you have got clarity of mind. So these are good things. तो अभी मैं तो तुम्हें सिर्फ इतना ही एडवाइस कर सकता हूँ, नंबर तुमने वैसे उनसे ले लेने हैं. अपना इंटरव्यू थोड़ा सा स्ट्रक्चर कर लो, 1 पेजर कर लो, और वो जो सीवी का फॉर्मेट है ना उसी को फॉलो करके एक दफ़ा व्हाट यू थिंक अबाउट योरसेल्फ उसमें लिखो. तो लिखने के बाद फिर उसको कट करो, तो वो उसमें से 1 मिनट का निकाल लो, वो एक ऑब्जेक्टिविटी उसमें आ जाएगी. जज्बातियत नहीं होती, ऑब्जेक्टिविटी हो. ठीक है, अपने बारे में इफ़ यू वांट टू टेल. दूसरा कि न्यूज़पेपर से इन टच रहो. पिछले 3 महीने आइंदा के लिए जब तक इंटरव्यू नहीं होता, बिल्कुल वो रोज़ाना एक अखबार जो है ना घोल के पी जाया करो. मतलब जो मेन चीज़ें होती हैं, इंटरनेशनल इवेंट क्या है, पाकिस्तान इवेंट क्या है, इकोनॉमी क्या है, सोशल क्या चल रहा है, ह्यूमन राइट्स, ये वो दिस एंड दैट. तो माशाल्लाह तुम्हारी स्टेट ऑफ प्रिपेयर्डनेस इज गुड, बट कीप इट अप. ठीक है, आप सब बताएं.
You are posted as an ASP in a subdivision. You receive an order from the higher ups that Mr. A, which you have arrested, he is a famous dacoit, very, very notorious dacoit. He has been arrested by you. They want him to be killed in a police encounter. That is, an encounter be staged in which he should be killed. So, what will you do?
Sir, I would humbly refuse to that order.
Why? This is an order from your DIG, from your SP, from the Inspector General of Police.
Sir, but it is beyond my jurisdiction, because I am not allowed constitutionally, according to the rules, I am not allowed to do that. So I would humbly refuse to that.
Tomorrow he will again get a clean chit from the court. He has been doing that for so many times.
Sir, I believe for this we need to improve our prosecution skills. Instead, for the fake encounters basically cannot be a solution to the less conviction rate which is in Pakistan. So we need to improve our prosecution strategies instead. There should be a solid case which needs to be presented in the court, so that no loophole is provided by utilizing which he can escape.
Good. Sure.
Nouman, you have a very good personality. You have a rational and logical thinking mind. लेकिन नर्वस होने की ज़रूरत नहीं, क्योंकि तुम्हारे हाथ लाल हो रहे, तुमने इतने ज़ोर से पकड़े में. Don't do that. Otherwise, you are fine. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
आपकी वाकई जो आपने लिखा हुआ है कि आपकी स्ट्रेंथ जो है वो है साउंड मेमोरी. आपने फैक्ट्स भी अच्छे, आपने रीज़न को भी अप्लाई किया, और फर्दर इस चीज़ को जो सजेस्ट किया है सर ने वो भी चीज़ देखें कि जो चीज़ अगर कोई थोड़ा बहुत लगता है. एक चीज़ वैसे मैं आपको बता दूं कि जॉन लॉक ने जो है बाय लेजिस्लेचर जो इसलिए सुजेस्ट की थी कि हैव्स और हैव्स नॉट जो हैं वो मिल के उन दोनों की जो प्रेजेंस हो लेजिस्लेटिव हाउस में एक दूसरे को चेक एंड बैलेंस के लिए।
मैंने थोड़ी सी हिम्मत करो तो
Okay.
हिम्मत होती है तैयारी, स्टेट ऑफ प्रिपेयर्डनेस और अपना एनर्जी लेवल। और ये तुम जब बोलते हो ना तो तुम्हारी मोनोटोन हो जाती है, एक ही स्पीड पे एक ही टोन में बोल रहे हो, तो वो भी थोड़ा सा वॉच कर लो, पाजेस दो। एनीथिंग यू कैन आस्क?
No, sir. Everything is fine.
थैंक यू,
Thank you, sir.
अल्लाह बी विद यू।